let's make more yoga more accessible to lots of people. In this video, we are going to look at 5 awesome poses that you can do with a chair in your yoga practice and offer to your students. I think it's a great way to make some of these poses more accessible. And these are also great modifications and explorations to offer to students of all capacities because they don't necessarily make the pose easier. And in fact, sometimes they can help really illuminate the actions of the pose. So let's dive in. The first pose, downward facing dog. So you could do this with your hands on the outside of the chair. I kind of like that because when you grab the outside of the chair, it helps your arms to externally rotate. So I'm going to step back, hold on to the outside of the chair, wrap my arms in and stretch my spine. You can bend the knees, work on stretching the legs towards straight. And we're really getting the key action here of downward facing dog, which is this axial extension through the spine. I love this. I got a good grip on this. So what this helps me do is really work the actions of the arms by letting me grab onto the chair. This is a great option because it takes that flexion and weight bearing out of the wrists. So this might be more accessible for people who have wrist issues or shoulder issues where they can't weight bear as easily. Also, it brings the floor up to you, so it's not as far. It's easier to get in and out of. So downward facing dog, super awesome. The next pose, very similar but different, Ardha Uttanasana. So in this one, I'm doing a halfway lift. This is such a good pose, right? So I'm using my hands to press down, lifting my thighs up, pulling my heart forward and through. You know, and there's lots of ways you could do this. You could walk your hands forward. You could bring your hands on top, stretch the chest forward. It's like a little L shape. So it has a lot of similarities to your downward facing dog. But here I'm working the upper back a little bit more in, working to find just a little bit more thoracic extension. Again, super supported. You can have the hands down. But here, unlike downward facing dog, I'm really working the upper back a little bit more into the spine. Number 3, warrior 2. All right, we're gonna thread ourselves through here. So now if you don't have a chair with an open back, this is kind of a particular Iyengar yoga chair, you can use a regular chair for this. I'm going to show you 2 different variations. So here's one where I'm sitting, start to straddle the chair, and then I'm going to walk my foot back, turn this foot forward, and voila! Warrior 2, everybody. And what's nice about having this here is that we can work the action of the upper body. So first of all, I can find this nice alignment. I am supported by the chair, but then I can use the back of the chair to help lift and turn my torso. Right? You can choose whether or not to extend the arms out if you want to. You can also, if you have students who are stronger, they can start to hover here a little bit and then come down. Now, one of the reasons why this is so nice too for all students is because most of us cheat warrior 2, don't we? We totally cheat it. So this coming down onto the chair asks us to get into the depth of the pose and we can be like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. All right. So just be careful climbing out of it. You don't want to tweak your knee. So if you don't have an open chair here, you can use it for support like so. You could use any chair. So I'm still going to put my hands on the back of the chair, turn my feet. I'll do the other side. Turn this way, press into the back foot, sit down. Now, the reason why this chair is so great here is because I can use it to help lift my upper body and turn my chest. So I'm getting a little bit more of the lift through the sides of the waist. It also gives me balance and support here. And I'm a little bit more tempted to come lower, to come down into the full depth of the pose when I have this chair to support me, then I am kind of freestyling it, right? But they could try both sides. Next pose, crescent pose. All right, so we're gonna climb through the chair again. All right. But this time, I'm gonna turn my pelvis this way. So rather than facing the side, I'm gonna face the back. Stretch this leg back. Hoo, hoo, hoo. So I'm getting my sitting bone down, pressing the front heel down, lifting through the chest, stretching the back leg. And the reason I like this is because I get my hands here and I can use that to help me pull the low belly in to get this beautiful stretch and draw the shoulders down. So as I press down here, I get more lift through the sides of the waist. Beautiful long stance here. Again, we could use this for support. If we don't have an empty back, use this for support here. Hold on, press down, lift up. Again, it's more just like a balancing thing. I love having this empty back here because you get a lot of fun stuff to do in it. But this could also be a way to do this pose. And you could actually do this with Vira 2 as well, where I'm not putting my leg through the back, but I'm putting it on the back. I could just come across the chair like so. And again, I have my hand on the back here. I can even put my other hand down on my seat and then use this to lift my chest. Such a good stretch. It really helps get that lift out of the pelvis so you can draw the sides of the waist back and stretch your psoas. Awesome. Nice and strong. Twists. So the chair is awesome for doing twists. So you could do this a couple different ways. I'm going to sit with my legs to the side, in the back of the chair here, so you don't need it to be empty. So what's nice about this, and we want to get them positioned so that their feet are flat on the floor, right? No dangling feet here and no feet behind you, flat on the floor. Nice little right angles. They might need to sit up on a blanket depending on the length of their legs. And the reason I like this is because you can really feel your sitting bones and keep them even. If you want to be really fastidious about it, if the seat level of your chair is a little off, you might slide a little tiny blanket underneath your near sitting bone to make sure that they're nice and level. From here, I feel the sitting bones, I root them down, I lift up, and then you can use the back of the chair to turn. It's the best. So you can really work on opening the chest, dropping the shoulders. And here again, I have the opportunity to press down to find more traction up, right? So in these twists, it's hard to get that lift in and up, and your hands in the back of the chair can really help. And you could put your hands in lots of different ways. Like I could push my hand here. I could pull if I wanted to. So there's lots of options for using the arms to help you traction and turn the spine. And it feels really good. And then all you have to do the other side is turn. Oh, such a great release. Guys, all of these poses, even though they might be really nice for students who have wrist problems, weight-bearing problems, balance stuff, this is great for everybody. This prop can be such a great tool in helping us to really understand the requirements of each pose and to maximize and explore the alignment. All right, there you have it. Those are 5 poses that are really awesome to play with a chair. For everybody, they really give us some great instructional points. So I hope you like that. If this was interesting to you, useful, please subscribe for more tips. Come find me on Instagram at Rachel Scott Yoga. Connect with me there. Put comments below. If there's other tricks that you have or things that you want to see, please put them in the comments below. Let us know. And thank you so much for being part of this community. And I will see you on the mat.